Hi, it's Marco Cattaneo representing Charles Sturt University with yet another study aid for the subject ITI 597 and a subject that covers IT service management. Hey, in today's topic we're going to take a closer look at the basic concepts for the process change management. So change management's basic concepts. One of the basic concepts for the process change management is of course like the change policy, setting the guidelines and setting the rules for the change management process and for those affected by the change management process. I realize that change and culture, they're almost like one and the same. They're interwoven with the very fabric of space and time. If you talk change, you probably also talk culture, and if you talk culture, you probably also talk change. They're like related, these two. And if you talk about change management, you want to make sure you keep an eye on things like time pressures, deadlines, costs and budgets. You want to make sure that changes are properly tested. And overall, it's about governance and risk. Okay, like change management and risk, change management and governance, and again, change management and culture. They're all tightly related with each other. Again, managing change is really also like managing risk and reducing risk, bringing it back to acceptable levels. So policies, but what do you mean with policies and guidance? Well, we mean stuff like this. We want absolutely zero tolerance for unauthorized changes. Not even the general manager, him or herself, should be allowed to make any unauthorized changes into the live environment. Absolutely no one. We want to make sure that change management properly integrates with the business and properly integrates with, for example, projects and also project management. These areas, they need to communicate with each other because typically the output of a project is also a change, and we want to make sure that all the changes are properly coordinated and controlled. We want clear change prioritization and categorization rules, because there are different types of changes out there. For example, like innovative, preventative, detective, corrective, proactive, reactive, lots of different types of changes. Horses for courses, we need to align our change management process with those different types of changes. We want clear accountability and responsibilities. So if someone says sorry, this change, nah, it doesn't need to be tested, well, sign your life away. Because if something goes wrong, we can find you back, we can trace you back. So it's about definitely also putting clear accountability and responsibilities in place with anyone out there that's making decisions and anyone out there actually performing the work. We want segregation of duty controls. We don't want the builders to test their own environment. We want independent testers. A writer should not be proofreading his or her own book. That just doesn't make sense. And also, we want a single point of contact for all change requests. So all change requests end up in the same spot. So we are in complete and ultimate control of everything that is change related. But hey, wait, there's a lot more. Well, there's always more. There's more related to the change policy. For example, we need proper access controls preventing unauthorized change. If we put proper access controls in place, for example, we're locking the rooms, then we're making it more difficult for people to actually make unauthorized changes. So it helps us to bring changes under control. We want to make sure that change management is properly integrated with other IT service management processes, especially processes like configuration management, release and deployment management, incident and problem management. We want agreed and approved change windows, typically agreed within the service level agreements. And we also want to make sure that we know how to deal with exceptions. And for example, how to deal with emergency changes. And what if we need to make a change outside of the agreed change windows. We need rules on performance. We need rules on risk evaluation. Who needs to be involved? Who's got something to say when we talk about the risk of making a change, of the risk of actually not making that change? And also we need clear key performance indicators for the change process itself. We want to be able to measure the efficiency and effectiveness of our change process. So we need some KPIs in place. So we definitely need like a change policy in place to guide the organization into the right direction, to guide also their behavior. So they're not doing the wrong things and they're not making any unauthorized changes. So definitely change management, it's also like, it's got a role also like within the planning space. And you all know that fail to plan equals plan to fail. Now I want to give you this this model, this pyramid model of like how I see the following processes related to each other. I really see change management as the driving process. This one is in like ultimate control of, for example, also release and deployment management and service asset and configuration management. What do I mean? Hey, release management, you will not deploy anything without an authorized change. Hey, configuration management, you won't be making any changes into your configuration management database without an authorized change. So ultimately it's me, change management, that's in control. The other processes like release and configuration management, they're more like the puppets, where change management is more like the puppet master. It's more like Geppetto. Does that make any sense? So change management is like absolutely a critical, a vital process within service management space. Yeah, practice what you preach. Of course, it's about understanding the concept of using the change policy. Hey, what type of formal and informal change policies actually exist in your own organization? Why do you have all these rules? Who owns the rules and who maintains them? Where do you find all these rules? I mean, where are they published? Are people actually aware of these policies? You may have them, but do people actually follow them? How are they communicated? Is it like face to face, like in meetings, or maybe on via your intranet? And are they actually enforced when not followed? And that's a key one, okay? If you've got policies and they're not properly enforced, if people like break them, if they break the rules, then no one takes any action, then hey, what's the use really? So ask yourself some questions that relate to like the use and the existence of your change related policies. Have fun. Yeah, what's up, Doc? It's a simple question. Hey, which one of the following statements is incorrect? Answer A. Change management and configuration management are highly dependent processes. Answer B. Assessing risks is key to effective change management. Answer C. Some unauthorized change should be permitted to maintain flexibility. And answer D. Culture may hinder an easy rollout of change management procedures in an organization. I'll give you some seconds to think about the answer, and of course, then as usual, we move on. So what's the answer? Of course, the answer is answer C. All changes should be authorized. Absolutely all changes. Some changes will be pre-authorized, but that still means they're authorized. Okay, like all changes need to be authorized. So what's in the next topic? In the next topic, we're going to define and explain the key activities for the process change management. Of course, we're in the volume service transition. Hey, until then, live long and prosper. Nano, nano. And as always, I'll be back.